Hi everyone, it's Elizabeth with the Inner Light Moon Oracle, here to give the new moon in Virgo reading. The new moon was at its darkest yesterday, a little after 4, a little before 5 Pacific time. And let's just do a new moon reading for this current cycle for everyone currently on the call and for anyone tuning in coming up. Take a moment, center yourself, have a deep breath, and just tune in and see if any of these piles resonate with you. Very good. So let's put this aside over here, put this aside over here. So we'll start with the leftmost pile. So if you chose a left pile, the card for your new moon is integration, coming home to the heart. Behind you, we have the courage card, dispelling fear. And before you is the seed card, patience in darkness for seeds to root. So it looks like you are left pile folks who are coming out of a period of vulnerability. This card's really about connecting with our animal self from a spirit level. So this is Avalokiteshvara holding the lotus flower, and you can't quite see, like holding, let's see if I can get this to focus, the dispelling fear mudra. She's a little bit transparent back there. He's an androgynous deity. But this tiger, which is traditionally a symbol of strength in China, has these very vulnerable eyes. In this deck, in this card, vulnerability is the strength. And being able to witness your vulnerability, the vulnerability in others, and express that, dispelling fear and having the courage in your heart to take action and go forward. So you're coming from this place. And the card for this new moon is the integration card. This is traditionally the world card in the traditional tarot. Integration, coming home to the heart. And the Buddha has all the chakras aligned, is very centered, grounded, and allows the swirling of the world to envelop him, but not affect him. The Buddha is seated and centered within himself. So obviously it says the card of integration, but it's also a card of enlightenment, awareness, mindfulness. And maybe that hasn't been the case for you. It might feel like a struggle. For you left pile folks, just when you're feeling worried, when you're feeling in doubt or having a tough time, just take a moment, take a few breaths, and ground yourself. And to do that, if you don't know how to do that, like close your eyes, say, I'm going to take a minute and center myself. And imagine you have a cord, a grounding cord, that connects you to the center of the planet. And that grounding cord can be a rope, it can be a golden light, it can be whatever feels appropriate for you. Maybe it will be a red cloth. Whatever it is, let it go deep into the core of the earth and root you there in this place that we all have a place on the planet with our name on it. So if you take that forward with you and are centered in the next coming weeks, see how that makes you feel, see how that works for you. And coming up, you have the seed card, a water card, patience and darkness for seeds to root. So from this tiny little acorn, the mighty oak grows, but that doesn't just happen overnight. It takes time. We need to be patient, and sometimes we don't want to be patient, or we don't have that quality of patience within us. And along with patience is trust. Trusting that the seed is going to grow and the tree will come up. all because of nature, not because we're forcing or doing anything. And this water card, the element of water, is the oldest element, and it is the element of wisdom. So just looking at this for the left pile folks, really validate yourself and validate where you are. We are entering, we're sort of in this pre-eclipse season, so a lot of energies might be swirling around. Center yourself, be grounded, and trust that your seeds will take root. And trust for the right seeds to take root. So thank you for being here. Left pile folks, I'm Elizabeth with the Inner Light Moon Oracle. And now we're going to move on to the middle pile. So if you chose the middle pile, the card for your new moon is Ojizo-sama, the protector card. Behind you we have the Dragon Emperor, ruler of the four seas. And before you we have this receiving card, showered with the blessings of nature. So I'm getting, like, for both of these readings, there has been some resistance to this change that's coming, to this water energy, bringing in the wisdom that's coming up. But for my middle pile folks, let's look at this, where you're coming from. The Dragon Emperor, traditionally the Emperor card. In this card, the Dragon Zodiac holds the Pearl of Wisdom in its dantian, which is where the second chakra is. You sort of see a little bit of this yin-yang, or this infinity symbol happening here with the dragon. And the water element is spiraling around, and the dragons rule water in Chinese cosmology. The traditional tarot, water represents emotions. So looking at this card, I call this card the ruler of your emotions, being able to allow those emotions to flow and permission for those emotions to be in there, but the dragon is centered. The dragon is not being swayed by the emotions, but rather is the ruler of the water element and of the four seas. So you're coming from this place of a big emotional event for my middle pile folks. And Ojizo protector. It looks like there may be some upheaval coming up, and in this card, maybe some travel. This patron saint of travel here is a Japanese deity, sometimes known as Jizo. Patron saint of unborn children, of pregnant mothers, of childbirth. And so these little babies haven't accrued enough karma, but they died young, so he puts them in his robes and he carries them across so they can actually be reborn. He's standing on this lotus pedestal, and this is his jeweled staff that lights up the darkness, that lights up the night. So Jizo is just a beautiful protector coming through. If you're struggling with anything, know that you're supported and have this amazing deity there to rely on. And this card can also mean a change in perspective, a pretty massive shaking of the foundation of your personal truths might be coming up, and just to see this stone that he's standing on, just again to feel grounded during this time, feel centered in yourself, and use your spiritual resources, whatever those are, to gain protection and security. And coming up for you, middle pile folks, we have this receiving card, a water card showered with the blessings of nature. You see this little water sprite here dipping its toe in the pool, and the flowers are abundantly nourishing them as they take a bath. This card is really about understanding that we come from nature, we're part of nature, we're connected to nature, and that nature is a way to refuel us, to to center and ground us. And if you live in an urban area or somewhere where you don't feel like you have any nature, just go out and look at the sky, the great expansive sky, and see how incredible and immense that is. But if you do have a place you can go for a walk, or some trees, or a little flower grove that you can connect to, go and enjoy that, and maybe do a little new moon in Virgo ceremony for yourself and see how you feel after that. So that is the new moon in Virgo reading for the middle pile. Maybe some travel, some letting go of old unnecessary beliefs for you, maybe letting go of some old family patterns if they come up again, and really getting centered in your emotions so that you can receive all the beauty that this life has to offer you. So thank you for being here. I'm Elizabeth with the Inner Light Moon Oracle. And for the right pile, if you chose a right pile, this is the card of your new moon, the Fairy Queen, grounded and at ease, with the Pig Zodiac. And then behind you is this clearing card. Decluttering opens the heart and home. And coming up for you is the Intention card, deliberate commitment. The Fairy Queen and the Pig Zodiac, for you, again, the grounded theme keeps coming in, which is so appropriate for this Virgo new moon, because Virgo's an earth sign. Virgo loves to be grounded. Virgo likes to be tidy. Virgo likes to let go of all the declutter. Virgo loves to declutter and organize. So coming out of this sort of clearing phase, this middle card, and if you haven't been able to really let go or really kind of do a cleanse in your house or in your thoughts or in your business or maybe in your relationships, allow yourself to bring in that metal energy and just have a clearing for this new moon and see what it allows for you. And this Fairy Queen, she is a deity that lives on the earth, and she oversees all the fairies that guard over sacred groves or any like grove of flowers or any different areas in nature, the responsibility of the fairies. And she is accompanied by the Pig Zodiac, which is encouraging us to wallow in the mud and enjoy life and just really take in the pleasure that life has to offer. The pig is a symbol of wealth, and the moon, of course, in the background is representing the unconscious and the wisdom in the darkness. So for this Fairy Queen, if you don't feel very grounded, if you're feeling a bit unsteady in this new moon, again, the same exercise that we said for the first reading. You take a few breaths when you're feeling ungrounded. Just breathe into your body and then allow the base of your spine to drop a grounding cord down to the center of the planet. And that can be a grounding cord of golden white light. It can be a grounding cord of red light. It can be a tree root that goes deep into the earth, into the core of the earth, or it could be anything that's appropriate for you. Try it. See how it is to really be consciously grounded and see if you feel more at ease. Coming up for you, we have a fire card, an action card that's talking about intention and deliberate commitment. So this card is really about choosing the direction you're going, and then once you choose, you just take the steps and you will arrive at the temple. It's quite inevitable, but you do need to make that deliberate commitment in order to see your intention manifest. So for my right pile folks, we are coming out of this clearing and going into action with the clarity of the Fairy Queen who's grounded and the Pig Zodiac who's inviting you to have pleasure and joy in your life. Thank you all so much. I'm Elizabeth with the Inner Light Moon Oracle, and we have decks and books in the bio, and I will see you for the full moon.